Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Alistair, and today I'm reviewing the Nike Vomero 18. The Nike Vomero 18 is Nike's latest max cushion daily trainer offering, and it's really targeting those who want a super plush shoe to step into, but also has really nice soft landings and maintains a good level of stability. I've been using mine for recovery runs and just nice, slow, long mileage, but also as a lifestyle shoe because it's just incredibly comfortable for standing around all day. And I can't wait to tell you all about how it's been performing. All right, let's start with the key specs. They cost $155. I'll let you know at the end of a review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 10.9 ounces or 309 grams, and that's for a size US men's 9, my pair. They have a drop of 10 millimeters from heel to toe. That's a whopping 46 millimeters under the heel and 36 millimeters under the toe. The midsole is using a dual density foam which combines ZoomX foam on the top and ReactX foam on the bottom. And what that does is produce a super soft plush landing, but also maintain a good level of response. So you're not just landing on a marshmallow and just sitting at that level. What happens is the ZoomX foam gives you that really nice response and bounce back. And that's the bit that propels you upwards and forwards. But it also gives you a little bit of extra stability in the shoe as well. It's a really nice soft shoe, but man, it actually bounces you along really, really well as well. The outsole traction has been really, really good for me. Now, it doesn't have complete coverage over there. There are areas of exposed foam. You can see these white sections here. But the zoned areas where there are some lugs are really effective. The traction pattern is super grippy and actually quite aggressive for a road running shoe. It feels more like a road to trail running shoe looking at it here. The engineered mesh upper is very soft, very comfortable and very durable as well because it is quite thick. That does mean it's not the most breathable. It's okay, it's got average breathability. Some final features do include the fact that it has a rocker geometry. You can see it's very much rockered. It's tapering up with a nice toe spring at the front, and it's got a little bit of a heel rocker as well. What does that mean? Well, it means your stride is going to be that much smoother. Your transition from heel landing to toe takeoff. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size and they have a medium width. So if you are familiar with Nike, go with your usual sizing. But it's worth noting this toe box does feel fairly roomy and I'm loving that. This is quite rare for a Nike running shoe. So I do appreciate the fact that this toe box has some room in there. It just means the fact it's not that breathable, it does mean that it stays a little bit cooler inside, but also gives your toes enough space to splay and use your proper biomechanics, allowing you to get more power when you're running. The step-in comfort is just unreal. I could probably place this as the most comfortable max cushioned daily trainer right now, actually. It is really that cloud-like, really because you've got so much soft cushioning and padding in this tongue, also around the collars and the heel counter as well. It's just max cushion everywhere, not just the midsole. It's all this upper as well. It's incredible. It's something you just have to feel. Yes, breathability could be better, but to be honest, this brings something really quite unique to the table in terms of how it feels, but also how it performs. So I can't wait to get into my performance review to share what I mean by that. But before that, if you're enjoying this video, please give a video a like, share it with a friend if you think they're going to find this helpful too. More importantly, make sure you comment on the video. Really appreciate it when you guys do that. Let's build a community out of this channel. I want to get as many people's input into this shoe or any other shoe that I review. If you've run in it, I want to know your thoughts. Do you love it as a max cushion daily trainer? Maybe you've been using it for something else, maybe a lifestyle or walking shoe. Put all that information down below, and if you're comfortable, share your build as well. so that it can help other people out there decide whether or not this running shoe is going to be best for them as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Almost forgot. Make sure you do that and hit the notification bell. That'll notify you as soon as new videos drop. And if you're new to the channel and myself, I always keep my reviews genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoe I'm currently reviewing is going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point I've forgotten something or I haven't answered the question that was in your mind, just ask the question in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. I reply to everyone. And if any of my reviews have helped you out in the past and you're wondering how you can say thank you, well, you can just buy me a coffee up there. I'll put a link in the description as well. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Love my coffee. Well, you've made it to my performance review. I'm going to start by talking about the ride and the feel, because that's what's very hard to get a picture of when you look at key specifications or statistics of a running shoe on the product page. Sure, a lot of it might look good and the price might look attractive, but how does the shoe actually feel and how does it perform on the run? Well, that's where hopefully I can help you out. This one is just wild. It's wildly cushioned and comfortable. It's really like no other running shoe out there. I guess I would say it's close to the Brooks Glycerin Max, or maybe the Hurricane 25 from Saucony. I'll put links up there so you can go watch them as well. They're probably the closest max cushion competitors. I think this one's the best. It takes the biscuit in terms of how soft it feels underfoot and the upper. It's probably the most comfortable upper, very close to the Glycerin Max, to be honest. It also feels very stable, like those shoes do, but it does it in the way that Nike does it best. They created it in a package that looks really cool as well. I love how it looks. I'm loving this shoe because it allows me to get my recovery mileage in, or if I am training for a race, my past race that I just had in Utah, which was Speed Goat Mountain Races by UTMB. That's a trail race. And by the way, the race went really well. I had a lot of challenges because of the altitude. It really knocked me for six because that was something I couldn't really train that effectively for in Florida. Sure, I had the humidity, so I was working my heart rate much harder than I would normally, which kind of simulates running at high altitude. But when you get there and you're climbing 2,000 meters of elevation gain in the heat of the Utah mountains, at super high altitude. I think it was, the base started at 2,500 meters and the race summit, the highest point, went to 3,500 meters-ish. So as you can imagine, that brought on some challenges in the race, made the day a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but I got it done. I had a fantastic time out there. The scenery and the nature was all fantastic. So it was a really good day out on the mountain. But my point is, I was using this one for my longer runs where I didn't want to push the pace. So long, steady runs where I just needed to recover or get those long mile days to build my weekly mileage. This shoe did really well for that. It's just super comfortable. I've also noticed that it performs really well across the shoe. So if you are a heel striker, you're going to absolutely love all of this cushioning under the heel. It's going to feel fantastic. It's going to feel plush, but also stable. And you're going to have a lot of fun with this shoe. But if you're a forefoot striker like myself and maybe you want to push the pace in this shoe a little bit, so a little bit faster long runs, then you can do that as well. Feels good under the forefoot too. Plenty of cushioning under there. And it's not that it's just plush cushioning, it is actually responsive as well. That's coming from the ZoomX top layer. It gets really nice amount of response from it. So you do get what you put in the shoe, you do get that back, and that helps propel you forward. When it comes to the flex of the shoe, most of the flex actually comes from the toe area. So you don't get a huge amount of flex in the middle of the shoe. It does flex, but the natural flex point, if I hold the shoe on either end, is definitely more towards the toe. It also has a pronounced rocker geometry that makes the transition from heel landing to toe takeoff feel super, super smooth. Combine that with a nice flex and a little bit of a toe spring or forefoot rocker there, just makes your toe off have a little bit of explosiveness, but also just makes it really smooth because the shoe compresses really well when you land, whether it's heel or forefoot. And then you get that nice rocker transition. And it is super smooth and you can just keep on going with this one. Now they're not the lightest at 10.9 ounces, but to be honest, this is a max cushion running shoe, so I don't expect it to be lightweight, and it would be a completely different shoe if it was. It wouldn't be this cushioned and padded all around the upper. So I'm not going to mark it down for a 10.9 ounce weight. It doesn't feel heavy on the run because of all the protection, padding and cushioning you get. Outsole traction has been awesome. Nothing to complain about that there. The lugs are actually quite aggressive for a road running shoe. I have been running in some wet conditions as well, and noticed that if you are making tight turns around corners, or you have to dodge people who are also walking on the same path as you, then this traction performs really well for that. The shoe also has a wide platform, so it is wider than most. That helps with stability as well, so you've got more surface area on the ground when you land. There are some areas of exposed foam on the outsole though, so be aware of that when this rubber compound does wear down, but I think it's going to be quite some time before that happens because it is quite aggressive. But when it does, this will start to see more wear, and more of this section will have more contact with the ground, meaning you're not going to have as much traction in that area. I am of course going to be running in this still. I'm going to keep running in it because I love it so much. So I will update you guys in terms of how it fares over time, this outsole, and the durability or longevity of this midsole foam and geometry. I'll update all of that in the comments down below for anyone who watches this video in the future, or anyone who wants to come back and see how I've been getting on with it. Now, if you're wondering where this one landed in my best Max Cushion Daily Trainers roundup on alistairrunning.com, well, you'll just have to go visit that roundup up there. That's always kept up to date as and when I review new Max Cushion Daily Trainers. If they're good enough, they'll make it on that list. So if you're watching this video in the future and you're looking for a Max Cushion Daily Trainer, that would be a great place to start. Is the Nike Vomero 18 worth $155 then? Yes, that's actually a really, really good price for what you get here. This really does give you a ride that no other shoe is providing right now. Sure, I mentioned there are some that are very close and great competitors that you should probably also consider if you are looking at a Max Cushion daily running shoe. But this one just does it in more comfort. It's just got that really nice fit as well. And I think it has the best style as well. It's got lots of options, color options on the Nike website if you want to buy it there. So all in all, I don't think there are going to be many people out there who don't like this, to be honest. It's hard not to like. Super comfortable, soft, highly cushioned, responsive, has some stability as well, considering it's a neutral running shoe. Not the most breathable, but for $155, yes, you have to try this one out. Well, thanks for watching this review. I really hope you found it insightful. Hopefully it helped you decide whether or not the Vomero 18 is going to be good for you and your running needs. If it did help you out, consider buying me a coffee. I'll put a link up there and one in the description. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as new reviews drop. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.